All right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Anthony Bond. I play Angel in Conframa. I'm here with some of the returning players from Season 1 and some new faces that will be in Season 2. But before we get into the new faces, I want to have a moment for us to go over Season 1.
Oh, okay.
And just talk about really quickly your filming process and what you thought about the season. Introducing yourselves again to the audience, obviously, of course.
Okay, my name's Dan. I'm a returning with a new face, actually, because I lost 50 pounds. So
Congratulations.
Wow.
I fit both categories. I'm the bridge between the two, and returning with a new face. Just want to make sure that's clear. So the first season was enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Working with this man right here is like being a kid at Disneyland. We have so much fun all the time, and he gives me food like at Disneyland. The rides, it's exactly the same thing. No, but for real, it's a really enjoyable time. I feel like Jim Carrey being part of an all-black cast, like in Living Color. So I feel like prestigious, like I was picked out of a million, like Charlie Bucket, So, and I feel at home. No one's making any comments or anything, so I enjoy it. This is incredible.
So, okay, really quickly, just as far as your character.
The
arc of your character.
Dan. Yeah. Dan loves Angel. Like, for real, like, they are best friends. Like Balky and the other guy from Perfect Strangers. Like, I feel like they're that close. Like, they would be ideal roommates. They could have grown up together, like, in a different universe. Like, they're just so tight. And Dan kind of feels like best friend, motherly counsel, to Angel, because he's the dull, drab, boring guy who wants to be the superhero, but he has the most lame life, like, imaginable. So he's always trying to big it up, act like he's the shit when he's not at all. I could not relate to this in any way as an actor, so it's been a struggle. But yeah, no, I love working with this guy. I love working with the cast. It's just a really fun time.
Cool.
All right.
Miss Alexandria.
Yes, I am Alexandria McGoy. I do play Keisha. The filming process for season 1 was super fun. I mean, everybody was just amazing. Every time you come on set, I think I've said this before, you get nervous about the new people you're going to meet and like what personalities are going to be like, but everybody was so cool. I loved everyone that I worked with, and Keisha in season 1, she just allowed my like inner ratchet to come out, something that I can't let out every day. But, I think Keisha says everything that people want to say. And I like to, let that loose with her.
Cool. So in regards to your character arc, like interacting with my character and like, how did you feel about like the storyline?
I felt like, I guess it was kind of natural, I guess. I mean, we were more so like, because I had my best friend and you were my best friend's, boo, that we had like catty moments at times. But that's just like a natural interaction, I think. And I think that, made us more like brother and sister.
Right.
Well, yeah, I would agree. Kind of get that feel. So I like that little banter between us because you need that spice.
Right.
You need to talk about something. Throw a little shade sometimes,
Right. So I'm not going to go through all of these comments that was on YouTube, but I just want to go through some of the comments that some of the folks mentioned about the show.
Yes, I'm Jewish.
So the one, a lot of comments were toward Keisha. Well, one person said Keisha is definitely the star of a show. I'm loving this. So, so a lot of people did really like your character was like the go-to character in the first season. So how do you feel about all the attention? Oh, and you won an award for it.
Oh, yes, I
did. You won Actress of the Year for the comedy spot.
Oh, my God. And that was such a surprise, too. And, I mean, that always feels good when you get recognized for the work that you do. And positive feedback is always great. It just, helps you to keep going, even though you shouldn't only rely on that, okay, as an artist. Never only rely on that. But I don't know, it's just, I am grateful for that. And I don't know, you as a character, you always want somebody to find something that they like or something in themselves, you know, through what you are playing. Right. So, thank you.
Another.
In last place.
No, not at all.
No, okay, so a lot of people questioned Dan and I's relationship at the office. So one person even said that I think that the Dan character is low-key gay, but he doesn't want to admit it. So how do you feel about like the dynamic? Because there was a lot of undertones that we played up a lot in our scenes.
We talking about real life or the show?
No.
I mean,
I'm talking about the characters. Okay.
I'm talking about the characters.
Because it was mad natural. If that's what you're getting at. No, Anthony's a good-looking guy, and I've never had the tendency. But when you get into character and like it's just natural, like I didn't know there was like method natural homosexual inclinations.
Oh, Lord.
But for real, no. I mean, I am attracted to him, so it's very easy to play that on the show. And just his personality is a warm, caring, fun character. You want to see him, you want to get into what he's into, and you want to be a part of it. So that's what I mean by everything I said before. Like, I just really like this guy a lot as a human, you know, so as an actor, when you get to play with somebody, you might look like they're into him a little more than they are. Just like when you're at a club and the girl's drunk and you're just wishing and praying. It's kind of that thing.
What?
You know? No, I'm wishing that she's into you, not that you would take her home and do anything bad.
No.
Oh, God. I only watch Mr. Rogers. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, yeah.
My God.
Maybe. Let's just answer it simple and say maybe I would. Patron, maybe.
Okay. Moving on. One of the biggest things that was always said was about my weight.
Oh,
They talked about my weight a lot
Yeah.
with the other two guys. Okay, and let me tell you something right now, okay? I don't care. I'm married. My husband loves me, and he does whatever he wants to do, okay? And I don't care. But one thing that most people don't understand is that camera adds weight.
it really does.
And Max and Robert, they were great looking boys. Men, I'm sorry, not boys. They were great looking men. And they were so much smaller than I was. I mean, like, teeny. Like, teeny tiny. So, like, on camera, it beefs them up a lot more. So, I mean, I was a little self-conscious. I ain't gonna lie. You know, they're calling me the fat girl. I'm like, okay. Okay. But it's okay. I'm okay with it. I have a really, really tough skin. So, to all you people who commented on, shout out to all y'all who said that I was fat. Guess what? I don't care. Anyway, so
It's 2020, thick is in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is real life. We're talking about real life relationships. All of y'all ain't in a relationship with somebody buff and like body
Exactly.
together. So
And I'm the fat one. Didn't anybody point that out?
Oh, my God.
Whatever. I'll take skinny.
Okay. Anyway, so moving on, just to introduce these two gentlemen that are sitting right here. Season 2 of Conframa is coming out very, very soon. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
We got.
I was like,
exactly.
So, I will allow them to introduce themselves and what character you are playing.
My name's Philip Michael from New Orleans originally, and I play the role of Joe, aka Joseph.
My name is Kristen Birdsong. I play the role of Rafael Delgado.
Yes.
And I am from New York City, originally from Los Angeles.
Nice. So, I'm not going to give a lot away because you just have to watch. The season 2 is nothing like how season 1 was. And from what you guys have read, not giving too much away, we'll start with Keisha because I think it's going to be an interesting factor that people are going to discover about your situation. So from what you've read from the season 2 thus far, just talk about it just briefly.
Without, giving too
much away. You get a little hint, little nip.
You just find out that Keisha and Angel have a little bit more in common than you think they would. And, what's the saying? What lies in the dark comes, I don't know, whatever dark comes to light, just put it like that. and she's gonna have to deal with some past demons.
Boom. Damn. Albert, what about your character?
Well, I've read my lines, and they're really good.
I'm so happy.
You know, I really think they've stepped up from last season. So I counted. There's all 13 of them are there. So I'm ecstatic. Oh, you want me to real answer? No, no. It's the same thing. Dan loves Angel. Dan, it should be Angel Dan because Dan feels like he's Angel's angel. Really.
Oh.
And like that's the truth of his character. Like there's so much love, again, platonic work love for this character. So I really just enjoy any banter we have. And it's funny because there is one scene where he gets to step up and really, knock it out of the park as far as our business relationship is concerned. And when that happens is when you really actually see the true dynamicism between the two of us. It's never really been shown the hierarchy before because I'm always effing around and joshing on him. But in this moment, you see who the true leader is, and then I'm just the kick boy, Aaron, piece of crap. But it gives you more of an idea of like how we actually work together, which is I try to play around, but he's in charge, and I love him for it because he guides me.
And my character, I really just love the overall arc of my character this season. I think it's really going to tap into a different side of me personally as an actor and the character, an opportunity to explore a different side of himself that he didn't really think that he had the ability to do. So I think that is going to be interesting to really, really see how that plays out on camera.
And when I said sidekick piece of crap, that was internal self-loathing. That had nothing to do with the character. So let's bring that up.
Clear.
Right.
Yeah, I think Raphael's character, I'm excited because you don't get to see the intricacies of a lot of gay or queer relationships. And, it's always often one thing, and you never get to go in depth and realize that gay people, people of color, queer people, there's so many complexities of our relationships, just like there are with heterosexual relationships. So having the opportunity to talk about that and like play that out on camera is really exciting. I think Raphael's a character who he wants to have his cake and eat it too, and he doesn't really consider the consequences of that. He's just kind of moving forward and is like, oh, this is fun. Let me keep going with this and not really take a second to realize what he's risking. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, it's really exciting, and for me personally, some decisions that he makes that I don't necessarily agree with. So that's really exciting for me as an actor to have fun with someone that I'm like, you probably shouldn't be doing that, but I guess I have to since it's my character. But yeah.
Cool. Philip?
Well, as Joe, what's been exciting for me is just being able to bring to life a lot of situations that we all can relate to, regardless of your background. If you've been in love or in relationships before, then you kind of get an idea and a sense of, how we as the characters are feeling and how you can relate as well. So the struggles of going through a public breakup and being able to bounce back and how to navigate getting through and how you cope with it, as well as being in a relationship and watching it grow in whatever ways that manifests. So I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it, and you're in for a good ride. So let's go.
All right.
We're playing brothers.
Well, yeah.
Woo!
You want to throw that in there?
Yeah,
You want to
like,
throw that dynamic in there?
Throw that in there. Well, I mean, does anybody have any lasting words minus Albert? Because I know.
Oh, he's been restricted. He reaches like 500 words.
So, I mean, anybody have any lasting words? No?
I feel like you should tell the people where you got the story from the title. I mean, Conframa.
Oh.
That's pretty interesting. I didn't know. I learned that today.
I didn't know where you were going.
We've been filming.
What?
Well, okay, so
I just learned.
I don't think, it's good that you brought that up because I don't ever think that I even explained that to anybody.
No,
Anyway.
the people want to know.
So, Conframa.
Were you even here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was.
uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
What?
She doesn't
I
even
told you
know.
it is me? I
Yeah,
told you?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Conframa is a combination of two words, confusion and drama. It came up with my he would kill me. Well, Charles Cryer, I give a shout out to him. He came up with the name of the show. Me and my husband, we was having a conversation with him, and then, he was just like, y'all in some mess, y'all just real Conframa. I was like, what? Like, what is that word? And he told me what it means. And from that day, I told him, I said, oh, I'm going to write a show off of that. And shout out to Charles Cryer because he came up with the name of the show.
Wow.
Just like that.
Yeah.
That's the story.
All right. All right. Well, and that is a wrap for this. That's a cut. It's always odd just ending interviews. Ending interviews.
Like,
Okay, so usually there's
Conframa.
right. Yeah, Conframa.
Yay, Conframa.
Yay.